Well, let me say this also, which is that people are surprised and shocked at Andrew Tate and that he's so popular and he has so many followers and that people are fawning over him and young men. But it doesn't surprise me in the least. And why do so many young men like Jordan Peterson? Why do they like Andrew Tate? Um, Jordan Peterson is not and Andrew Tate, two very different figures. And I can perfectly understand why people enjoy consuming Jordan Peterson's concept content. But if there's a lack of male role models, if when you look at high school, elementary school, 90% of the teachers, and I talk about this in my book, I have a whole chapter about this. Over 90% of elementary school teachers are female. At high school, it's about 75%. There's no male role models. 30 or so percent of boys are growing up in single mother households, so they don't have fathers present. Smaller families mean they don't have older brothers. So there's no acknowledgement that this is an issue, and there's no efforts to address this issue. So these young men are growing up without role models, male role models, without valorization of their masculinity. So of course they're going to nature watch Andrew Tate, and I'm older than most of the people watching this podcast, I guess. So I don't know all the figures who are out there today, but of course people are going to do that. So again, it's not a surprise to me, but that's again something we could talk about.
Yeah, 100%. I was just having a conversation today with the producer of Louis Theroux's documentaries. Um, and we were talking about this kind of thing where I was thinking in terms of they're trying to explore masculinity for their next documentary coming up in the next 1 or 2 years. And I was thinking it's hard to determine what masculinity really is. It's easy to point at a bodybuilder and say, that's masculinity. It's easy to point at Arnold Schwarzenegger in all his movies and say, that's masculinity. That's a male role model. Uh, but these are kind of extremes. And what you mentioned is the absence of male role models in day-to-day life, and I think that is extremely important because I think back to my education and yeah, there weren't many male teachers. I did see a few of them as role models and genuinely good teachers, but there aren't many options, especially in various aspects of society.